So, hey, this is TT.Twinflame. This is a very intimate video. I'm going to just share some delicacies, some delicate issues of my past. This is stuff that my kids don't really, I'm not ashamed of. I can't be ashamed. I can't afford to be ashamed of any part of my life. That is very essential. And so that's one of the reasons I do these videos and I do Facebook Live so much and TikToks, and it's me overcoming shame. It's me not tolerating shame in my life, because shame is a dark energy. It will hold you down. It'll keep you from ascending. It'll keep you from living your best life and manifesting your good stuff that you want, like money and abundance and well-being and shit. So shame is deadly. So is guilt. So is any unworthiness of any type, because it will keep you from receiving. And manifesting is all about your ability to receive. Your ability to receive that you don't have stress in your life. Your ability to receive that things go well for you, that everything works out for you. Your ability to receive that you are beautiful and loved and valuable, and your purpose. You have to be able to receive it. So all that stuff will keep you down. It is no good. So that's what I'm about. I'm about energy. I've been calling myself like a master electrician, but I got to find another word for as electrician, energy technician. I'm a master energy, not manipulator, healer. Because that's actually what it is. It's healing and aligning your energy. It is a hot day today. I'm going to put on that little recycling button, and that makes the air colder in my vehicle. So this is hard because I have 11-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I have other 20-year-old children, and they don't really know this about me, and life is very judgy. But I can't worry about people's judgments, because I'm removing judgment from my life and from myself. So if I don't judge me and the universe doesn't judge me, that's all that matters. I don't want to be hated on. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be hurt, because I am a human with feelings. So, but this is important to talk about. Fuck, guy. Do you have to be right? These little lines on the road that keep you in your lane, they don't work, because there are people that just go that just go outside of that line. There was just a construction truck that was like inches away. He was out of his line. There's only a few inches in those lines. Can we move? Come on. So, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody is off by a foot. So, those little lines to keep you in your lane, very important. Okay, this is hard. So, because I was sexually abused as a child, and it was the patriarch of my family, my grandfather, and so that is a whole other dynamic. To be raped or sexually abused, and then to be able to run to your parents as a safety and as a shelter and as a protector, that, it's bad enough. But then if you can heal and you can get the support that you need, and your family protects you and defends you, they believe you, they support you, okay, that's good. That helps tremendously in your healing. So that's a horrific experience itself. But then to be abused by a family member that you have to see all the time and be so little and fragile, and be manipulated in such a way that you cannot talk about it, you have to hide it, and that no one in your family supports you or believes you, or protects you, defends you. That is a whole other level. I'm telling you, well, of course, just me telling you that, of course you can feel that. That is a whole other level of abuse. That breaks a person. That a little kid needs love and protection and nurturing. So when it gets the opposite, that messes you up pretty good. And gives you, I just can't even unpack that right now, right? So I had shoved what was going on between me and my grandfather very deep down inside and became another person. I had to for my survival in the family. And my family was my life. They took care of me. I was little. I couldn't take care of myself. So, anyway, sex had been a source of well-being, not well-being, but maybe love, maybe self-esteem. It just, I don't even understand that. It was a huge source of shame. But I think as human beings, you can't live in darkness for too long. You can't live in lovelessness. Oh, is he bringing? Because you can't survive. We weren't, as humans, we weren't created to live in a dark place forever, in a loveless existence. So we create food, we overeat, we self-medicate, we use sex because sex can feel good. Plus, people like us, give us attention because we're giving them sex. So it had become something that I felt like that's all I was good for. And that was the only thing I was good at. And why did I think I was good at it? Because guys loved my sex. So it was a source of chaos for me and shame and horribleness. So I drank. Because it was this weird combination of darkness, but yet esteem and love. What I interpreted as love. So it had been a part of my life ever since I can remember. So when I lived in Baltimore for a time, and my kids were not with me because of the housing situation and the joblessness that I had in my life. I convinced my mother-in-law to take my kids for the summer. It was really bad. I was in poverty bad. And the place that I was living was not fit for children. And so I got my in-law to take my kids for the summer. So there I was, jobless, alone, and in a dangerous, dark place in the city. And I didn't have contact with regular people. Like, my family wasn't supportive of me. My mom, who was my only friend, my only anchor, my only pillar, had died. So, I was very alone, and I had made the decision to be a sex worker because I just thought, money, and I'm used to doing this. It didn't go well for me at all. That's how I met Roscoe. Roscoe, he held me hostage in his apartment for 24 hours and he duct taped me, and he had a baseball bat, and he made me I was his slave for 24 hours, and he terrorized me and told me I wasn't getting out of there alive, and he told me there was black guerrilla mafia in the other room, and if I didn't do everything he said, that they were going to come in and kill me and torture me. And anyway, it was a horrible 24 hours. I was with him for 24 hours, and it was only my higher power and love that got me out of there. And I can tell that story, and it's a true story. But he saved my life because he woke me up to that I'm unsafe. And what am I doing? I'm not loving myself. And this was a black version of my grandfather. So that it woke me up. And I thank him for that. And I'm not upset with him because anger and judgment towards a person and unforgiveness does nothing but hold you down. So I pray the best for him. In the 24 hours, I felt his darkness, and he lives in a very dark place. And so I want to lift him up and bless him, and thank him for that experience. It was very hard for me though, but I could not be alone for a long time after that, and sex was completely off the table for me. But I was determined. I fought for myself after that. I fought to love myself. I fought to heal. I wanted all of me back. I wanted to live. Most of my life, I didn't want to get out of bed, and I didn't want to live. All of my life. Until, I don't know, a few years ago, maybe, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. Maybe not 10 years, but I don't know. Not too long ago in my life, 54 years ago, that I decided that I wanted to live for me. I wanted to live for myself. I wanted to love myself, and I wanted to live. I didn't really want to die. I never really wanted to die. I just wanted the pain to end and the darkness to go away. So I don't know why I was telling you about. So I fought for myself. I fought to get all of me back. And I'm done. And choosing to love myself, choosing to believe, choosing to trust, choosing to hope. So I feel like that time rescued me, and it gave me this strength and determination and this commitment to myself. So there's no bad that came from that. I mean, I've overcome most of it. It was very traumatic for me, but I have forgiven. I believe in forgiveness. So I have been a sexual healer a couple of times in my life. That was the first time, and then I did it again a few years later, like a year or two later, and that's how I met my twin flame. And he was a client of mine, and we met at a mechanic shop where I got my car fixed and he got his car fixed. And it's been 2.5 years that we've been dealing with each other. But I wanted to I said all of that 12 minutes of stuff to say, and we don't do that anymore. He rescued me, and I rescue myself. But I credit my twin flame for healing me of being of not valuing my sexuality and my body and my soul because I didn't know how. And his twin flame energy showed me how. Without words, it was his energy that made me stop. He gave me a hope. He gave me a self-love that I'd never had before. And I am tremendously grateful for my twin flame because he did that. It was he is the vessel of divine love for me. Can I explain that? No, but that's twin flame energy, and he was chosen as that vessel. And it wasn't his personality, and it wasn't his words, it was his energy. His energy used to come over my body when I was with other people, and it melted my heart and softened it, and I couldn't be with anybody else but him. And so I would say that when you're a sex worker, or I called myself a sexual healer, you have a sex addiction. And I can say this, I'm leading up to this, and then I'm going to end this video. Last night at my twin flames, when we saw each other and spent the night together, it wasn't about sex. Our sex had again been totally different. Now, 2 weeks ago when we spent the night together, our sex was different. It was more intimate. It was more real. It was more to my body, not just a mimic, a replica of what was in a video, or this was more So 2 weeks ago, and then last night, it was not about sex at all. It was about spending time together. And that, I celebrate that and I acknowledge that as a milestone in our healing from being a sexual healer to now not caring about sex at all. Sex isn't even important. It was about being together. And that is beautiful to me, and that is healing. And I want to explain how important patience is, and that things are happening and healing far beyond what you can see and realize in your twin flame relationship. And just keep letting go of it. That means letting go of control, trusting the universe to have its way with what's going on between the two of you, and keep coming together. Keep your heart. You know, when he texted me last night, can I come see you? That's because I had forgiven him, because the harshness that he had towards me, he didn't mean it. He was in a dark place. When you're in pain, you don't want to, but sometimes you lash out at people. And it's not even controllable. That's what Spirit showed me. It's not even controllable at times. So I needed to completely forgive him, as I completely forgive my grandfather, as I completely forgive my dad, as I completely forgive Roscoe. Life is what you make it, and I'm here to encourage you and tell you that nothing is impossible, and not to give up. So this is long enough. I have to go. This is an intimate story of my life. It's real, and I would appreciate it being respected, and I'm going to just send it out with energy of gentleness, and which the fact that I can be gentle is beautiful to me. I never even had the ability to be gentle in my life, because I wasn't treated gentle. I didn't know gentle. So I just send this video out to everybody that needs to hear it, everybody, and that it would be used with discretion, and it would be valued and precious, as my heart is, as my body is, as my life is, and so is yours. Mwah. Thank you.